Hi Cancer, I'm Anisha. You can write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. You can also visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com, and this is your monthly forecast for June 2015. Cancerian, this entire year 2015 has been a year of eclipses. We've had a solar eclipse, we've had a lunar eclipse. Last month we had a full moon in Scorpio, and this month we have a full moon in Sagittarius. We then have Venus that is going and joining Jupiter. We have a beautiful trine as well this entire month between Jupiter and Uranus. And then we have Saturn that is going to be going retrograde for about 3 months. We'll begin the month looking at full moon that is happening in Sagittarius, and it's covering a part of your chart that has to do with health. It has to do with fitness. It has to do with your diet. It has to do with your day-to-day chores. Now, full moon coming over here is again, it's a time where it is asking you, Cancerians, that have you done anything about your diet? Have you done anything about your exercise schedule? Are you doing the things that you're supposed to be doing in order to be putting your health in place? Have you been going for the second doctor's visit or a second opinion that you're supposed to be taking? How careful are you about the food that is going inside your body? Even as far as your day-to-day chores are concerned, how disciplined, how organized are you? Are you still running helter-skelter, or have you managed to put a kind of discipline in your life? This is also a time wherein that you can expect some amount of stresses that could just crop up, and they can happen around in your mundane life. Maybe you're just trying to manage your stuff at home. Maybe it's your child's play group. Maybe you yourself are having an issue getting to work, or maybe getting from one point to another point on a daily, on a regular basis. Try and cut down on the strenuous activities during this aspect, Cancerians. This is also a time where you should be putting things together really in place. It's a time wherein your to-do list should have got done, and you should now start ticking them off and saying, okay, now I have started acting upon the to-do list. This is also a time where though you may feel like spending a lot on yourself, it's not a time to be sort of going overboard and going a little crazy. We have Venus that is going to be going and joining the lovely Jupiter, and this is happening in a part of your chart that speaks about finances. It speaks about self-worth. So you're going to be around people who are going to be really making you feel loved, wanted, and you are going to be, even as far as because this rules your earned income, so there is a lot of scope of you enhancing your not just an ability to earn, but also to expand more opportunities as to how it is that you can generate money for yourself. And this is also a time where you will be quite happy buying a lot of beautiful things for yourself, and generally having those material, tangible things that will make you feel quite happy. Cancerians, this time, during this period with this particular Venus and Jupiter aspect, you will find your sense of self-worth or your own self-esteem really expand, and Jupiter is going to be doing that for you. So you will find people around you really encouraging you, inspiring you, motivating you. Now Mercury, that has been retrograde since the last month, since about May 18th, it now starts going direct from the 12th of June, and it's direct till about 8th of July. And this is happening in a part of your chart that has to do with behind the scenes. It has to do with even clandestine affairs. It has to do with skeletons in the closet. And with Mercury coming out and going direct, it speaks about a time maybe you will be able to speak about things that you have not been too comfortable to talk about. Maybe it's a time where you should be addressing things which you have thought are best left unsaid. So it's a good time to be dealing with those intimacy issues. Maybe if there is a certain touchy particular topic that you don't want to talk about, maybe that is something that will come to light as well. And this is also a time wherein that you are going to be finding that maybe there is not as much as information available externally outside to you to be depending on or to be making a decision on. So you will have to really rely on yourself, on your inner resources to be guiding you and to be helping you. We have Saturn, the daddy planet, and he's going retrograde for 3 months. Now he has been aspecting this part of your chart for about 2.5 years, but now he again sort of goes back, moves into this part of your chart, and this area of your chart has to do with love, relationships and children and creativity. So Saturn is going just back there for a bit, for about 3 months till about September, to check whether the loops are all tied, and or also whether you are still keeping up to the lessons that you have learned during the Saturn transit. And during this retrograde, again, you will initially you may feel slightly limited as far as your creativity or your spunk or spontaneity is concerned, but as a retrograde sort of settles in and it Saturn moves in a little bit more inner, you will find maybe rethinking on the creative ideas. Maybe for some of you who have children, you will start maybe looking at maybe where either you've just changed a school for them, or maybe there's a new tutor, or maybe there's a new way that you've been trying to teach your child to do. You'll find something, maybe something needs to be reworked upon, something needs a little bit more tweaking over there. For those of you, as far as love is concerned and relationships are concerned, you are again going to be re-looking at your love relationship. Maybe this is a time where you feel that the relationship requires another I would say another look, really, but I think it's a time where you will be wanting, either you could be re-evaluating your love relationship, or you could also be thinking that, should you be just sort of re-picking up the relationship, and should you be just giving it another boost? But this entire phase of the Saturn retrograde, it really speaks about it speaks about the self, it speaks about the ego, it talks about deserving, what it is that I deserve. And the lesson for you Cancerians during this entire transit is that try and tone down the ego. Try not to let that I get into the thing, otherwise it will be very, very hard to carry on trying to sort out the relationship, the special relationship that are you. And you will also be, there's also self-love, which is a good thing. So you are going to be sort of taking a lot of pride in yourself, and you're going to be feeling quite good about yourself. Now towards 16th, we have a new moon in Gemini, and that again is happening in a part of your chart that is behind the scenes. So a lot of focus again today, this month in your behind the scenes activities. So this also has to do with maybe someone has been ill or has been in the hospital for a while, because this particular part of the chart speaks about confinement. It can even be prison cells. It also speaks about at times about mental illnesses. But this is really a time, because there's a new moon out there, it speaks about new opportunities. Maybe there's a new, for those of you who have not been well, maybe there's a new medication, an alternative medication you should be trying. Maybe this is a time where you should be setting new goals, you should be recharging yourself, you should be re-looking at life, and there's just an entire new opportunity, a new chapter in your life, so you just need to be looking at it again. Now the entire month we have a fantastic trine between Jupiter and Uranus, and this is now Jupiter, as we know, he's a benefactor, he's the planet of great good fortune, and Uranus is the quirky, unpredictable, chaotic. He's the bad boy of astrology. But then he brings about a lot of inspiration along with it as well. And with a combination of both, they can be, you could suddenly come across some great ideas. And this is really aspecting your career. So you can all of a sudden decide or find out, maybe there's some good fortune in your career. You may just get a sudden promotion. Or you may just decide to start doing something of your own. If you've been planning to do it sometime later, you may just decide, okay, now is the time, and it's a great opportunity comes your way, and you decide to sort of give it up and you take that. And Uranus is all about being at the right place at the right time. So you have to ensure that you're not holed up at home during this time, because there's nothing great that is going to be coming out of it. You have to be getting out there and getting things done, Cancerians. So quite a fantastic month, Cancerians. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. I'll see you soon, and thank you so much for watching.